Hey y'all, today I'm going to showcase the new Genos exclusive relic. So as you guys can see, I have Genos right here, and I do have Sacred on him. So he is 3 placement, so any optimal traits is going to be Sacred, Eternal, or Duelist. But in my opinion, I think Sacred is probably the best one because Genos is such an insanely cheap unit, and I think he's probably one of the best early game units in the game. He is so strong and you can max him out. And if you guys don't remember, he does get an active skill and it's only on a 60-second cooldown, so it is very strong. But we're gonna first I'm gonna show you guys just how his stats are looking like, and then we're gonna test out how good he really is early game against the Bleach trade Act 5. And if you guys don't know how to get his exclusive relic, it's from the Gurren Lagann Legend stage, Act 3, as you guys can see right here, 5% chance to get it. So this is how you guys get his relic. And I totally forgot to show you guys what relics I'm running on him. So the relics I'm using the Spider-Man one because of the hero tag buffs. So as you guys can see, he has a hero. So there's not much options we have with Genos since he has like no tags. So, but he does apply DOT, so you can run the model relics right here. So if you guys don't know what they do, it does more damage and more DOT. And I tested out both, and more or less they perform the same. So just use whichever one you want. I'm just using the Spider-Man relics. So this is how his damage is looking like, and I'll show you guys a screenshot of what his exclusive relic does. So, but I'm gonna read it off right here. So he does get 1500 more damage, and he buffs DOT instead of damage from his strongest disciple passive. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's from right here. So every time he hits an enemy, he gets bonus damage, but instead of damage, it's now DOT. And instead of those numbers, it's 0, 30%, 50%, and then 70%. And then Fearless Cyborg, that gets changed too. So instead of the wave long stun, it's reduced to a 60-second stun, which ends on a wave change. And after he gets stunned, he gains a stack of overheat, that's something completely new that they added. And then each stack of overheat does 10% more damage. And Fearless Cyborg only procs every 3 waves, so you're only gonna see like his overheat damage buff fully built up in like infinite mode because you need to wait 30 waves. So unfortunately, the overheat damage buff for his active skill isn't all that in like shorter game modes. Alright, and with this Fearless Cyborg passive fully built up, since he does get a 75% total damage buff, this is how much damage he's doing right here. So really not that bad. He is very cheap to max out. I believe like only like 22k. So he is pretty good, and obviously since we're gonna be placing him early, it's gonna be super easy to fully build up his passive right there. Alright, anyways, now we're gonna test Genos in the Bleach Raid Act 5. Alright y'all, so we are in this stage, and some of you guys may notice Fire does have a elemental advantage in this stage, and Genos is fire type. But unfortunately, the Act 5 Bleach Raid, this is like the only somewhat challenging stage in this entire game. So it's just a good stage in general to like test any new units or units that just got their exclusive relic to see how strong they are. So it's just unfortunate. I do hope the devs add some sort of like sandbox mode in the future, so I can test Genos without elemental disadvantage or elemental advantage. And I forgot to mention Genos' passive, his Fearless Cyborg, the wave long stun. You can bypass that by using Bulma stun. You just gotta use it right before the wave starts. Alright, so we're gonna place our farms back here, and then just upgrade Speedwagon first. There we go. And after that, we're going to place Genos. Alright, since I'll be placing him on wave 3, the wave long stun is going to proc on wave 6. So on wave 5, that's when I'm going to use Bulma's ability. Alright, so since we already have his active ability, we could just use it whenever we want. But we don't need it. As you guys can see, they're still doing good. Just upgrade Bulma more, and since it's wave 5, as soon as we see that countdown, that's when we use the active ability. So I'll use it when it's like on 1 second, 2 seconds, so right there. Now as you guys can see, they don't get that 60-second stun. I know I said wave long stun earlier, but it's actually 60 seconds. Since he's so cheap, oh my goodness, this guy he's pretty good. Got you put this on like auto. Then we could just use Nuke Blast just to get these guys out of here. Then we can start placing our other units, so nothing to worry about. Nothing. Unfortunately, I might activate right here. Oh no, the next wave on here. So we can start upgrading Luffy. And since it's such a short cooldown, we could just keep on using it, just keep on spamming it. So yeah, we just keep on spamming it. Actually, pull this up right here. Do this. And then keep upgrading Luffy. Put him at 1 charge. And we're doing just fine. Nothing too complicated. You just gotta focus on upgrading a little bit, and then after that, as long as one of the Genos, just get him to the upgrade where he gets the active ability, which is right here, upgrade 8. You can just start upgrading Bulma a little bit too, and just, you know, just kind of go back and forth between upgrading them. And I think we were actually able to place, like, you know, our strong DPS units, our Luffy and Zoro, a bit closer up, but I think it's fine. And I totally forgot I had Ferd, so let me place her down real quick too. Let me do this. Here we go. Make everyone stronger. I already know Zoro gets crit rate from this King of Hell form, but there's no one else I can place it on. And just place it on any of your Genos for a lower cooldown. Do this. And then can activate this. Alright. Yeah, I'm not gonna use the actives just yet. I'm gonna wait for his shields to go down. And I have no idea where he's at. Oh, I see him. Okay, so he's in the middle of all that. Just gonna do this. There we go. As you guys can see, it is taking out a good chunk of his overshield health, so that's not bad. Alright, so his second phase is here. And again, it's a 60-second cooldown, so they're already coming back for a second phase, so it's gonna help us take out some of this overshield or this armor. So we'll do that. Pretty good. Look at this. There we go. We got Luffy hard carrying with 1 billion damage. I don't know if you guys saw that. But yeah, anyways, again, the team I'm using, it's not even like the strongest team for this raid, but I did beat it in less than 5 minutes, and was like 4 minutes and 20 seconds, 30 seconds. So yeah, Genos, he's a pretty solid early game unit. He's very cheap to upgrade. It's so easy to get his active ability. Anyways, I hope this video helps you guys out. I know much people aren't making videos covering the exclusive relics, so I hope this video helps you guys out, you know, making a decision whether or not to grind for his exclusive relic. So anyways, I hope you guys have a good day. Peace.